Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So lovely to have everyone back here today. Some happy trading. We'll get the charts up in just a moment. Alrighty, let's go ahead and jump into Trading View on the economic calendar. Today is Wednesday, October 16th. We already had a 30-year mortgage rate, which ticked up a little bit from 6.3 up to 6.5. Mortgage applications are down 17% week over week. Crazy. We've got the market index 230 down from 275. Okay. We've got the refinance index at 73 down from 99. Wow. So people really aren't refinancing with these lower rates, and it's not really spurring sales. Export prices month over month, export prices year over year, both down. Import prices also down slightly. We've got the 17-week bill auction coming out at 8:30. 11 o'clock has medium importance. It's a monthly budget statement. And then we've got crude at 1:30. So not a lot of reports left in the day, just 3. So the rest of the movement on the day is going to be mainly based off of volume and off of the previous reports that have already come out, which should already be baked in the move now at this point. So, whoops, not that. We want this. Yeah. So oil down again today, right around 70. Looks like we got a high up there at 71 with resistance. Yes, also down today, slightly, about 7-8 bucks. So a little sideways. Let's go ahead and zoom this in here. Definitely looks more bearish from my perspective. I really sort of feel like 5,900 was kind of the high of that. I know that we ended up breaking over that quite a bit by like 5,930 or something crazy, but this is kind of where the market actually is. To me, it really felt like 5,900 was kind of the high, and didn't really feel like there was a lot of room past that. Switch over to the ES on this one, and I'm gonna take a look at like a 15-minute chart. Yeah, so let's see. So we did end up getting this 15-minute cross that I called a couple of days ago. And that brought us up from this 58.27. Let's rip this all the way up in here. Now we've got this downward cross on the 15-minute chart here. So we really hit resistance right along 59.10, 59.11. We got this downward cross, and from there, we're back in bearish territory. So this looks like, to me, kind of like a day to go short, potentially. That sort of feels like where the trend is at. We may get some pops and whatnot, but for now, I'm thinking that the overall trend is bearish. Let's take a look at the range on the day. We just hit a low down there at 58.53. We're popping off that low all the way up to 57. over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, so about 1 minute. So thinking looking at like 4 ticks. Yeah, four ticks feels like the right amount to me. We've got 9 above 12. We've got this 9, 12, 26 crossover here. I'm gonna take a long here. Intended exit is 58 and a quarter.
Order filled.
We did get that. We actually top ticked that. So that's up 137 on our first trade of the day. I think I need to keep the range tight like this, like 4 ticks. It seems about right to me. I'd like to see this do a pullback here. Maybe down to the 50 moving average along like 55, 56. 55 might be too low, but a 5200 cross right here in, I don't know, 10 minutes or something like that would look quite nice. So this is actually like the 645 run. $645 didn't do a lot. Pretty much had this tiny little spike, instant sell-off, hit new lows, then kind of popped a little bit. So 53 and a quarter up to 58 and a quarter. I literally top ticked that. That's actually pretty impressive for Tradevate to even fill like that. Currently this account's up $1,982, about a third of the way. We have a $6,000 profit target. I'm going to try to earn about 300 to 400 a day. Over the next 2 weeks or so. But it's all going to be based off the market movement. Morning, Tiny. Good to see you here. By the way, if you're chilling, hanging out, throw us a like, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers. We're kind of stagnant at 471. I'm trying to see if we could break that stagnancy. It's probably going to be a couple years before we can really reach critical mass and sort of have the channel grow on its own just by showing up. And I think that, you know, most people say that takes about 100,000 subscribers. So that takes quite some time. Well, oil kind of dropping here a bit. ES seem to have okay moves, so I'm probably going to stick on the ES today. Currently, it's hitting new lows. Honestly, it kind of looks like a short, but since it's at the low, I don't want to take it just in case it double bottoms. Let's take a look at a longer term chart. But yeah, we're trying to hit 500 subscribers. That would give us our major milestone to actually being able to start monetizing the channel, which would really help, I think, in growing the channel. And it's not going to be, just so you guys are aware, that monetization does not bring in big money. It's not enough to pay the bills, but it might be enough to help, like, get better software or a second monitor, things like that. Stuff just to help improve, incremental improvements over time, just like investing, just like incremental over time. GTM's currently at negative 2.5. I don't really want to look for a reversal here. It doesn't really look like the right play. If we get one, I'd be looking at VWAP as resistance. I'd also be looking at the 50 moving average right up here at 59. And then probably the EMA 35, since this one Stop right below it. I actually stopped on the 26. By the way, I forgot to mention yesterday, but y'all are gonna want to check out Elite Trader Funding. I know it's a little early in our stream before we ever bring any of this up, but Elite Trader Funding is still running this offer that they just announced. This one here, it's going for 2 more days, and you can actually pick up a 50K eval for $24.75. Now, this is the second time I've seen them run this offer in 2 years. So I don't know why they ran this one back to back, but the first one must have done really well that they decided to run this again. But I've never seen them run these offers in the last few years. So if you were looking to get an evaluation, I would definitely say now is the time, especially if you're looking to use Elite Trader Funding. So there is a link in the description. When you sign up for that through my link, you will get this discount here, but you'll also be supporting this channel and helping this channel grow as well. Currently, I picked up a 100K account myself for $30.75, which is just a ridiculous price. So you guys may want to check them out. ES is kind of chopping a little bit too. 654. Let's take a look back at oil. Oil's still dropping. So there is some volatility back in oil, which I really appreciate, because over the last few months, oil's been very dead. Like, I'm talking like 100 contracts a minute kind of dead. Sometimes like 30 contracts a minute. Just ridiculously low volume over the last few months. And it's nice to see some volume coming back to the market on this. We traded oil a lot yesterday. That was how we got green. It was trading on oil. And it really was because it had some momentum. I really don't see much momentum in the market at all today. Not on ES or oil. We had NQ up for a minute. I don't really like trading the NQ. It's not my jam. Whoa. Damn, NQ dumped at the open. Holy moly. Yeah, NQ's still falling. Again, NQ's not really my jam. Doesn't mean I won't trade it. It's just not my favorite to trade. I've had pretty mixed results on the NQ. ES slowly working its way towards a TTM on the upside. If we happen to get that, I would be looking at like 58 as a resistance level. 57, so like 57, 58, 61. Basically, these moving averages here, the 35, the 50, and the VWAP. If we did break through the VWAP, if we look at the 200 moving average there as the high at 64. I'm going to watch for this 50-200 cross here. I think that might give us some volume and volatility. And we're just about 3 minutes out from 7 o'clock. So if this doesn't dump at 7 o'clock, then we may have an op on this for a decent sized move, maybe up to about 60. So just kind of sitting on my hands right now, waiting game. A lot of dojis. You can see the choppiness in the market. Yeah. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Gotta get on them side hustles, man. I've somewhat found that I'm somewhat unemployable. I always end up like doing everything at the company as a generalist, um, and then I have no time. But outside of the time issue, like I always need to worry about outshining the master kind of thing. You know, where there's always some boss at the top that's like super egotistical that doesn't want you to be too good at your job. I always deal with that. So this looks like we may actually get some pop up here. 56 has been a pretty hard line in the sand there. I'm gonna join the bid here.
Order filled.
In at 55.75. I was looking to get out at 50. Yeah, 56.75 is my exit here. I'm gonna drop that.
Order
I
filled.
just took 2 ticks on that, even though this may pop, and I actually think that it will pop, but I took 2 ticks on that because, well, for that reason right there. So I was wrong on the pop and wrong on the trade, but we still managed to pull some money out of it. We're up $200 today. $200 on a choppy day like this is pretty good. A little low, below my goal, but it's pretty decent. We're just about 45 seconds out from 7 o'clock. I don't really know if we're going to get that big rip up. We're quite a ways away from it. I do believe that we will get a volume push, though, at 7 o'clock, and that's just in about 30 seconds. So, let's see. $20 seconds. I feel like I should be in a position right now, just in case it rips up. But if this thing just sells off, dude, then I don't want to be involved in that. 2 seconds. And here's 7 o'clock right here. You can see the volume increase, but not the price movement. I don't see much price action from this. There's the price action that we're looking for. All right, get rid of that. Like I said, I felt like I needed to be in a position to go for like 4 ticks, but it just, to me, like the movement on the day, the choppiness on the day, and this small range here felt like it could have a pretty large sell-off. So it did come up, tap the 200 moving average, which in my opinion is probably one of the strongest moving averages you could use for charting support and resistance. The 200 SMA. Because, I mean, you can see how much it's respected. It's algorithmically respected, and that's one of the reasons why I use moving averages that I personally use, because I've watched time and time again the chart come up, hit that exact moving average, and then reject on it, or fall, hit that exact moving average, and then bounce off of it. And so it's really good at helping to chart support and resistance. This is extra super choppy. Let's see if oil has anything more useful. I did do some stock trading today. I was pretty happy about that. You do side gigs, but they don't pay enough. Yeah. Yeah. See, the health stuff makes it like way hard. That's also an issue that I have as well. You're long on oil on 70.42. Stopped out. So here. Oil looks like it's gonna end up dropping. There's that 5200 cross right there. It's really well respected crossover. We're also below VWAP. The bottom down here though is at 70.06. We're long off 42. That's not a bad entry. But I suppose if you're long here and then it dropped, that would suck. 48. Yeah, really I'd be looking for that crossover right there. That 5200 on the 10-second, which I know is not a function of Thinkorswim. The ES actually pushed up. So I said 61 would be that resistance area. It's still pushing up.
Order filled.
Been long at 59. Trying to get out at 60.
Order filled.
Yeah, we're out at 60. ES is starting to have some momentum. Up 338 on the day. There's that 5200 cross. I'd love to see a pullback right here. I don't know if we're gonna get that, but 61 was where I was looking at for the 200 moving average, or 64. 61 is the opening range. But we've got TTM switch on the 1 minute side. I think we have movement up to 64 available. I want to see a little pullback. That's what I want to see. I want to see this pullback to like 59, 50, 60, something like that. Pullback like $2. There's that 5200 cross we were after. Tempted to go short here. I was tempted to go short like right on this one here because the blue was showing up on TTM and because that crossover right there. Okay, so did pull back to the 9 moving average on the 10-second side. Feel like a pullback to about 59. It looks good. 59 or 60. Opening range is right at 61. So TTM on the 1 minute is at 3.1. Probably going to run into resistance up here at 64. There's a flag above VWAP there. There's 45 seconds left in that 1 minute candle, so no balance off 61.75. We got a little chunk of this move. I feel like this is gonna pop again. I just don't know where the entry should be. So I think we're gonna hit 64.
Order filled. Order filled.
Just took a quick 2-tick one, up 401 on the day. Kind of missed this whole move right here, so it was a little miffed. 62 up to 65. Wow. Yeah, so it did end up popping past 65. So this is what I'm looking at here. There's the 200 moving average. If we end up getting a 5200 cross at the 1 minute side, then we got to start looking at where we're at with like the 3 and the 5. The 3 minute here is at 64 and a quarter. And we're breaking past that about $1 or $2 up. We got the high of the day at 69. Can we come up and test these highs? That's the question that I'm under. So that was a nice 1 minute pullback on that flag. The entry really would have been right here at 62. Would have been the better trade. We took it a little late. I just kind of hesitated just because I didn't want to see this have a sell-off like down here to like 58. Or end up in like a 3 or 4 minute pullback. So in doing this higher thing here, I actually was managing risk, or attempting to anyway. 2TM at 5.3. We got a doji at the top on the 1 minute. So 65, maybe our new resistance. Can we get a pullback to 61 or 63 or something like that? 2TM's at 1.3 on the 10-second side. Counts up at 2200 now. Starting to pop again. Wow. I actually want to see a quick sell-off. I guess I'm always looking for that because the sell-off is really going to give me the opportunity to buy in and get a good entry. You can see it's kind of chopping out, slowing down here, the volume. So I almost feel like we may have a largish sell-off inbound. Large-ish, maybe talking like 63 or something. So I feel like there's that crossover there. I feel like a sell, like a pullback to like 64, 65, maybe even 63 is potentially in the works, unless we just go completely sideways here. But it just sort of feels like there's that cross. We're struggling to break any higher. Where's the pullback? On the 1 minute, the 9 is getting above the 200 moving average. So that looks good for a bullish reversal. TTM is beginning to be slightly extended there at 7.0. Of course, that's relative to the instrument that's being traded. By the way, if you're chilling, hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notice. I had to shut it down. I totally understand that. Been there way too many times. All right, so we're going to finally get a pullback here. We only took a tiny little bit of that move, but it was enough to get us green 400 on the day, which is pretty decent. I mean, you can live off $400 a day pretty well. There's 252 trading days a year. It's 100 grand. I need this 200 moving average to begin to trend down for this to really become bullish. The 200 moving average trending downward would give us much better perspective on it. Oil, potentially getting that cross. Even with that red, that blue to red, this really didn't drop. That was quite the move there. So I was looking at 64 as the resistance. We ended up going past that to 67. If you recall earlier in the stream. 6750 is our new resistance at the moment. Just checking in on the 3-minute. So we got a 3-minute cyan switch there. We're hanging well above VWAP, but you notice it seems like it kind of ran out of steam a little bit. There's a doji there at the top on the 1 minute. And just to give you an idea, we had this doji here on the bottom right before this rip. A lot of times a doji on the bottom can indicate an upward move and a doji on the top can indicate a downward move. There's actually a double doji there at the top, so double doji can sometimes indicate a further upward move. At least just in my experience. I'm looking at this as a little bit more of a right now, just wait and see. Kind of leaning towards it selling off some, but wait and see to see if we get another pop. There's a little pop there from 65.50 to 66.75. Range is tightening back up yet again. The 1 minute, you got this kind of this long flag here. Will we push it up and make new highs? So the Bollinger Band has worked its way up now to 71 with the high of the band at 74. Beforehand, we were up here at about 68, which is where it rejected. This looks like a U-shape pattern to me. I think that we're going to get another pop. Just sitting on my hands right now, just waiting. I might actually call it here just because I'm up 400. $7.16. There was definitely a lot more room in the moves than what I took, but I did get all winning trades today. I just went for 4 ticks. I kept it small because the range was tight. So, about $50 in fees, $400 in total profit. 2 150s and 2 75s. And it's starting to get really choppy and really tiny range. I mean, look how small this range is. We got 58.50 up to 56.75. This is like a 5 tick range this whole way. That's way too tight. Like, I want to see a minimum of 8. Is this gonna be the pop? Looks like it's trying. I think we're gonna test highs, but it's a matter of when. So that actually ended up being a decent move right there, 65 on up. We tapped the high up there at 68. Oil is getting a TTM cyan switch. And yeah, oil looks decent. Wonder if we'll hit 70.50. Oil's about to get that 5200 crossover. Guess I should have taken that long off 47. For oil, I'd want to see it kind of pull back slightly, just because we just got this 5200 cross, or I'd want to see it just rip straight through. The pullback I'd want to see would be like down to like 45, as low as like 43. So some sell-off would be ideal, because then it would kind of consolidate above this 5200 moving average. I'd want it to stay above the green 50 moving average. So above 42. A little pop there, 50 to 53 or something. But oil's only 4 or 5 cents away from switching green on the day, so this absolutely could. ES picking up some volume and a slight bit of volatility, not very much. I mean, we're in more of a 12 tick range now instead of the 5 tick that we were back here. So 12 is tradable, 5 is just way too tight. So I'm curious on this oil though, just because this crossover here, a lot of times these turn into nice big moves. Cyan switch. If you get a 5200 cross on the 1 minute, I think this oil could reverse and go green on the day. Obviously, we got that resistance there at 71, but I need to have resistance likely along 65-ish. Yeah, I think I'll call it there. I'm not really seeing any moves, so hell yeah, man. So up 400 on the day. I'm gonna call it there. So I don't want to give back profits. Marcus is too sideways. Ugh. We'll take it. 400 bucks is a pretty good day. So, much love and all that. Well, it didn't go up that high. No. But so we did have the ultrasound yesterday. No, not like the official ultrasound. They just rolled in an iPad and like did the belly screening thing. So it was pretty cool though to see the baby in there. Like head, arms, legs, and all that. She's rolling around. I think it's a she. I don't know. We haven't done any testing on it, but yeah. All right, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Peace out for now.